Nvidia is a big name in the world of technology. They are widely known for their graphics processing units, or GPUs. These GPUs are crucial for gaming, artificial intelligence, and data centers. Nvidia's chips power many of the devices we use today. The company has been a dominant force in the AI chip market. Their GPUs are designed for high-performance computing. This makes them ideal for handling complex AI tasks. Nvidia's success in this field has made them a major player in the tech industry. However, the company is facing new challenges. China, a major market, has opened an antitrust probe against Nvidia. This investigation has raised concerns about Nvidia's future prospects. The outcome of this probe could have significant implications for the company. Nvidia will need to navigate this situation very carefully. The Chinese market is vital for the company's growth. A negative outcome could seriously hamper their expansion plans. In 2020, Nvidia made a significant move by acquiring Mellanox Technologies. Mellanox was an Israeli company specializing in high-speed networking equipment. This acquisition was seen as a strategic move by Nvidia to strengthen its position in the data center market. The deal was valued at a whopping $7 billion. It was one of the largest acquisitions in the semiconductor industry. With Mellanox's technology, Nvidia aimed to offer a more comprehensive suite of products for data centers. However, the deal came with certain conditions imposed by Chinese regulators. They were concerned about potential antitrust issues. To address these concerns, Nvidia agreed to certain concessions. These concessions included a commitment to non-discrimination against Chinese companies. Nvidia also agreed not to engage in forced product bundling in China. These conditions were meant to ensure fair competition in the Chinese market. China's State Administration for Market Regulation, or SAMR, is the body responsible for antitrust enforcement in the country. They have launched a probe into Nvidia's practices. The probe focuses on potential violations of the conditions set during the Mellanox acquisition. China is concerned that Nvidia might be engaging in anti-competitive behavior. One concern is that Nvidia might be giving preferential treatment to certain companies. This could harm competition and hurt Chinese businesses. Another concern is that Nvidia might be using its market dominance to stifle competition. This could involve practices like predatory pricing or tying products together unfairly. The Chinese government is keen on ensuring a level playing field for all companies operating within its borders. The probe is still ongoing. Nvidia has stated that they are cooperating with the Chinese authorities. The outcome of this investigation remains uncertain, however, it highlights the increasing scrutiny faced by tech giants in China. The antitrust probe against Nvidia cannot be viewed in isolation. It is part of a much larger narrative that is unfolding on the global stage. It is unfolding against the backdrop of escalating tensions between the United States and China, two superpowers locked in a complex and multifaceted rivalry. These tensions extend to the technology sector, where both countries are vying for dominance. The stakes are incredibly high as technological supremacy can translate into economic and military advantages. The US has imposed restrictions on semiconductor exports to China, aiming to curb China's technological advancements. This is seen as an attempt to limit China's progress in developing advanced technologies like AI, which are crucial for future innovations. These restrictions have had a significant impact on Chinese tech companies, causing disruptions and forcing them to rethink their strategies. China, on the other hand, is determined to achieve self-sufficiency in semiconductor manufacturing. They are not backing down, they are investing heavily in research and development to reduce their reliance on foreign companies, aiming to build a robust domestic tech industry. The antitrust probe against Nvidia can be seen as part of this broader struggle for technological supremacy, reflecting the intense competition between the two nations. Some experts believe that China's actions are retaliatory, a strategic move in the larger geopolitical chess game. They argue that China is using antitrust investigations as a tool to pressure US companies, leveraging legal mechanisms to gain an upper hand. This view sees the Nvidia probe as a bargaining chip in the ongoing trade negotiations between the two countries, a high-stakes game with global implications. Section 5. Potential impacts on Nvidia fines, restrictions, and market share. The antitrust probe could have significant consequences for Nvidia. If found guilty of violating Chinese antitrust laws, Nvidia could face hefty fines. These fines could run into billions of dollars, impacting the company's profitability. Beyond fines, Nvidia could also face operational restrictions in China. the Chinese government could impose limits on Nvidia's ability to do business in the country. This could involve restrictions on mergers and acquisitions or even limitations on sales and marketing activities. Furthermore, the probe could damage Nvidia's reputation in China. Even if Nvidia is not found guilty, the investigation itself could create negative publicity. This could make Chinese consumers and businesses wary of doing business with Nvidia. The Chinese market is crucial for Nvidia's growth. Losing market share in China would be a significant setback for the company. Nvidia will need to carefully manage this situation to mitigate the potential damage. Section 6 Ripples in the AI chip market competition and disruptions. The antitrust probe against Nvidia is not just an isolated incident affecting one company, it represents a significant moment in the tech industry, with potential long-term consequences. It has the potential to create ripples throughout the global AI chip market, influencing various stakeholders and market dynamics. The outcome of this probe could influence the competitive landscape, reshaping how companies strategize and operate. If Nvidia's operations in China are restricted, it could create opportunities for its competitors to gain market share. Other players in the AI chip market, such as Intel and AMD, could benefit from Nvidia's setbacks, potentially altering the market dynamics. This could lead to increased competition and potentially lower prices for consumers, making advanced technology more accessible. Moreover, the probe highlights the geopolitical risks associated with the semiconductor industry, emphasizing the need for strategic planning. Companies operating in this sector need to be aware of the potential for government intervention, which could impact their operations. This is especially true for companies like Nvidia that rely heavily on China for manufacturing and sales, making them vulnerable to policy changes. The probe could also lead to disruptions in the global supply chain, affecting the availability of critical components. If Nvidia's production in China is affected, it could have ripple effects on other companies that rely on its chips, leading to broader industry challenges. This could lead to delays and shortages in the tech industry, impacting everything from consumer electronics to advanced computing systems. Section 7. Nvidia's response and possible outcomes. Nvidia is acutely aware of the seriousness of the situation and the potential ramifications it could have on their business. The company has publicly stated that it is fully cooperating with the Chinese authorities in the ongoing antitrust investigation. Nvidia is likely to provide all the necessary information and documents requested by the SAMR, ensuring full transparency. One possible outcome is that Nvidia might be required to make further concessions to appease Chinese regulators and address their concerns. These concessions could involve significant changes to its business practices in China, potentially affecting its market strategy. Nvidia might have to make adjustments to its pricing strategies or product offerings to comply with regulatory demands. Another possibility is that the probe might drag on for an extended period, causing prolonged uncertainty. This would create significant uncertainty for Nvidia and its investors, potentially affecting investor confidence. The longer the investigation takes, the more likely it is to impact Nvidia's business operations and stock price negatively. It is also possible that Nvidia might be able to successfully defend itself against the allegations, clearing its name. If Nvidia can prove that it has not engaged in any anti-competitive behavior, the probe might be dropped entirely. However, this outcome is far from certain, and the company must prepare for all possible scenarios. Section 8. Conclusion: Navigating the Uncertain Future. The antitrust probe against Nvidia is a complex issue with potentially far-reaching consequences. It highlights the growing tensions between the US and China in the technology sector. The outcome of this probe will have implications for Nvidia, its competitors, and the global AI chip market. Nvidia will need to carefully navigate this situation to minimize the potential damage. The company's response to the probe will be crucial in determining its future in China. Nvidia will need to strike a delicate balance between defending its interests and maintaining good relations with the Chinese government. The antitrust probe is a reminder of the geopolitical risks faced by tech companies operating in a globalized world. As the US-China rivalry intensifies, we can expect to see more such cases in the future. Companies will need to be agile and adaptable to navigate this complex landscape and ensure their continued success.